Hey everybody, Karen here, welcome back to Unpinned Creative. Today I have the final flip through of the Winter Deer Journal. Yay! I don't know who I was trying to kid in the last video when I said that it was done because it wasn't, and so I have done a wee bit more decorating, but as I was saying in that video, my journals are very much about encouraging people to create their own decoration, and I feel like I'm just providing a base to start with. So it is by no means fully decorated, but I have done a little bit. Before I get into that, just quickly, I want to show you a sneak peek at the cover of the Dephemerember Journal. So this is taking a really long time. The next Dephemerember video will be out the day after tomorrow, where I am revisiting some of the pages and finishing off backgrounds. But this cover, journal cover, won't be completed probably until for another week or two yet, because with a cover like this, which is the sort of cover that I absolutely love, there is a lot of dry time. For example, this piece here has been drying for at least 4 days now, and it needs to be thoroughly and completely dried before I move on to the next layer. So this covers like this are very much a long drawn out process but I condense it all down into one video, hopefully maybe two, and you get to see it in super quick time. So, but that is the start of the cover for the journal, so I'm very excited about it. I'm loving this so far, and I just wanted to share that quickly with you. Alright, back to this. Let's do a quick flip through. So in the last video I had completed this. I've just added a tag in here, not decorated, just a base layer for someone to start with. I have added a little bit of stenciling, just using one stencil, the same stencil that I used on the inside covers. I have added tags in almost all the pockets as a base for the new owner to start from. This is vintage writing paper that I had popped in the last video. There's a tiny little tag base here in this little pocket. I did add this. So this was paper towel that I had used for wiping my brushes on. I'm not sure if it was for this cover, possibly for this page, I'm not sure. And I have just used that to create a border on this page here, and I really love actually how it turned out. It's pretty cool, I think, and an awesome start to either just a writing page or some more mixed media work. I put this pocket on last time. I've added some ribbon and done a wee stencil down the side, and that is another tag pocket. I have added this piece, which is just a book page, and some more of the paper towel, and then I've used some chalk pastels as well. Bit more stenciling here, and that is an offcut from the inside covers. Some fabric from the cover, and oops, sorry, I was off screen, and a little deer. Another tag, and a wee tag, and another little deer down here. Another tag. So this is the original idea that I had for this page, which was to add pockets on each of these 4 tags. I decided just to add one, so that the idea is there, and if the person who becomes the owner of this wants to do that to all of them, then they can. I'm not decorating these because these are such beautiful blank white pages that I feel like the person who ends up with this journal has a beautiful free space to completely make their own. I have just put a blank tag in there, and if this was my journal I would make a giant tag the same size as this envelope and pop it in the pocket at the back, sticking up the top. I think that would be amazing. A beautiful plain white spread, and the same again, another tag and a pocket up there. Then I just have a little image down here and some stenciling, another tag pocket. I just covered up this page with a beautiful forest green tissue that I got at Christmas time, and some white stencil. Another tag and pocket. Another beautiful plain spread ready for decorating or journaling. And I just made a pocket with this book page with just a piece of straw paper in there. I think it's called straw paper. And some more stenciling, and then the back cover. And that is it. That is the Winter Deer Journal finished, except for one thing which I'm going to quickly make on camera with you now. I really want to add a dangle to the spine, so I have added an eyelet and a split ring and a jump ring and a little latch hook, all ready for a dangle to be added. So what I have is 2 beads, one gorgeous glass bead. It's clear glass with some blue kind of through it, and then just a plain wooden bead, and I've just popped that onto a piece of white cord, flat cord. Okay, and then I have a bunch of fibers. So in here I have tulle, sparkly tulle. I have some of that blue chiffon that I've used in the journal, some white yarn, just some white like muslin type fabric, some white lace, some silver and white ribbon, and just some plain white ribbon. And then I'm just laying all those out. So if you want to make one of these, the length of your textiles needs to be twice the length that you want your dangle to be, basically, because we're going to fold them in half, fold it in half. Okay, so then I grab those kind of in the middle, and I push one end through the gap between the 2 beads. Hopefully without knocking the beads off the end, like so. Easy peasy so far. Make sure you've got them all where you want them to be. They're all in the middle or thereabouts. We don't want any escaping. Tulle is not particularly fun to work with because it sticks to everything. Alright, the next thing to do is, what I should have done first is tied a knot in the top of this. so that the top bead doesn't come off the end. Tie a knot in the top of that. Keep this bead on. Make sure it's big enough to keep that bead on. Yep. And then I'm going to push up this bead. So it catches all of those textiles between the two beads. And then I'm going to tie a knot in at the bottom of that wooden bead to keep it secure and in place, like so. And then I'm going to cover up that wooden bead with the textiles, like so. Oh, cover up that bit. And then once I'm happy that it's all covered and everything is where I want it to be, I'm going to tie another piece of ribbon around the bottom of that bead and the textiles to keep them in place. And there we go. There is a tassel. Now the other thing that I like to do is add some beads and charms and things usually. So for this one, because I'm keeping it all white or mostly white and pale blue, I have some glass beads to add. And so the way I do that, now usually if I'm using string or thread in my tassel, I will just slide the beads onto the end of the thread and tie them off, and they will happily sit on there. But because these are all much wider pieces of fabric, I'm going to actually stitch the beads on. So I just have a piece of white thread and a needle, and I'm just going to take various beads and stitch them onto in various places on these ribbons and pieces of fabric. So that is securely tied off now, and there we have our first bead. On there. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch some more on, and then I will be back and we can attach it to the journal. Okay, in the end I decided I only wanted to add the 3 glass beads, the 2 white ones and the blue one, because the spine is already quite fussy and the tassel just makes it more fussy, so I didn't want to add a whole lot of beads and things as well. But there is yeah, that blue one that I added and 2 white ones there. And now all that's left to do is to hook it on. So using the little lobster clasp at the top, I just hook that through the loop and it is on. So that means you can take it off if it gets annoying, or if you need to take it off to write, but you can hook it out of the way. And yeah, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. So that's what it looks like. It's a bit hard to see. With my camera so close, but here we go. Alrighty, that is the Winter Deer Journal. I will be popping it into my shop, not until once I've finished all the other 3 journals that I've got, my Christmas journals. Just getting prepared early for next year, so yep, they might still be there at Christmas. You never know. Alright, thanks so much for joining me again today, and I will see you in the next one.